This is a very simple recipe for sweet potato and carrot soup. Usually on Serenity Mondays, I offer some soup to the attendees at the end of the class because usually it's late already, you know, past 8 o'clock at night when we finish. So I didn't want to give people something really heavy that's going to be difficult for them to digest. So I make soup. So this one is the soup that I would have cooked for Serenity Monday, except I'm not where you are and neither will you be. We're all in our separate homes. So ingredients very simple. Sweet potato, kamote. This is what I can get over here. You can do whatever color kamote you want. I usually peel and chop roughly. Carrots, okay? So I sort of like just a little bit less than the sweet potato, but it's up to you whether you like carrots or not. Bay leaf or laurel. Very easy to find. Now, don't get too hung up on how big it should be or not. I mean, you know. And I do have one unusual ingredient. This is called cardamom pod. If you're lucky enough to be able to get spices from the Indian store in Cebu, in Manila, or maybe even online, use one of these cardamom pods. If you don't have it, skip it. Then just salt. That's my salt. I use Himalayan salt. And pepper. I usually like to grind my pepper fresh. The original recipe says white pepper, but I don't have white pepper. This is the only pepper I have. Okay? So I'm gonna just wash the vegetables, peel it, chop it, and then I'll show you how to cook it. It is so simple. Thank you. See you soon. Okay. I've chopped my sweet potato and my carrots. I've turned the stove on. This is where I'm going to cook my soup. I usually like to start with warm pan already before I put my oil in. I didn't say anything about oil earlier because you can cook this soup without oil, but I prefer it with oil. So when my pan is hot already, I put my oil. Not much, just enough to coat the bottom. And then I just saute the carrots and the sweet potato. Just until it's nicely coated with the oil. I usually also boil my water ahead of time so that it's already hot, especially when you're in a rush. So I stick my bay leaf in, and I've crushed my cardamom. Put it in. And then I add hot water, just enough to cover. So it's up to you how much thickness in your soup you want. Do you want it like creamy or do you want it watery? So I usually have mine just enough water to cover sweet potato and the carrots. Then I just let it boil with the lid. And then later on I will add, when it's boiling, I'll add my salt and my black pepper. Or sometimes I don't add it until it's actually cooked. If you do have some nice seasoning that doesn't have any MSG, you can use that too. Sometimes if I have it, I use like vegetarian bouillon or something like that, but I don't have that today, so it's just salt and pepper. I'll see you again soon when the soup is cooked. Okay, the soup, the carrots and the sweet potato are now cooked. So I prefer my soups creamy, so I'm going to use one of these gizmos. a stick blender, or you can blend it up in a blender. Depending on how strong your blender is, you might have to do it in batches. And also you might have to cool down your soup a little bit. If you had cardamom, take it out. And also fish out bay leaf. And blitz. Continue doing this off camera. See you soon. So there's my finished soup. I blended it all up so that it's nice and smooth. Of course, I adjusted the flavors in case it was not salty enough or all that. And I just grated a bit of cheese on top. So you can put any topping that you want. You can add your greens, your malunggay, or you can if you want to, you can reheat the soup and then add your greens to it. Or you can just add your greens to it and then blend it up along with the soup. So that's just the basic recipe. It's up to you if you want to jazz it up according to your taste. There it is. So don't forget to thank the Lord for the ingredients, because we wouldn't have been able to produce it ourselves. Namaste. Thank you very much.